Okay, great. So thank you and welcome to coming to our Service Cloud Einstein Bots to the Rescue session, where we're going to focus all on Einstein Bots, which was released earlier this year. We're excited to go through some of our partner programs around it, talk about some of the product, and go through a demo. So as always, we have our safe harbor statement. Some things in here, especially from the product team, will be future looking, so make any purchase decisions on existing product. Thank you. So my name is Cheech Moore. I'm with our partner practice development team. And, excuse me. Thank you. I'm with our partner practice development team, and I focus on Service Cloud and Field Service Lightning enablement for our partners. And then we have Clement Tussaud, who is our product manager for Einstein Bots. He's coming from an SIC, so he may either be second after me or after the team here I have from Aperio, Stephen Noe and Ashish Yakuta, who are here from Aperio and will give us a great demo and a scenario of Einstein Bots. And then if we have time, we'll get into some Q&A. So first of all, thank you all for coming. 9 a.m. Dreamforce is always a little bit early, so thank you for your attendance. Thank you for your interest in bots, and continue to reach out to me should you need more enablement or information about bots. So where can you learn about bots? Historically, we've had the partner community, but as of Dreamforce, we are launching the partner learning paths, where you can have access to all sorts of information more easily than we have traditionally on the partner community. So you can get product education, certification information, implementation guides, collaboration. As you can see, it uses all the fun new little logos we've come up with for Dreamforce, like the little Service Cloud heart has been reimagined. And p.force.com learning paths is where you can get access to all of the clouds. You can get access to Service Cloud specifically at p.force.com/Service Cloud path. And there you can see you can get all the information that's typically available. And some things that are great about it is we, as people who provide some of the enablement materials for you, we can quickly update this. Like for example, on Thursday, I held the bots webinar for Winter 19. I was quickly able to go into the system and add it, so the video for the Einstein Bots Winter 19 release is there. Other bot information about the cookbook for beginners, intermediate developers. So you can go through and that's grow your expertise. There's pitch your solution, apply the solution, stay updated. There's a lot of information in here, and this applies across not just product information, but also helping to build your practice and standardized templates. A lot of great information for you to access. Should be a lot easier than the partner community. And one of the best things about it, it's all mobile. I don't know about you guys if you've used a partner community before, but it was really not mobile friendly. So this is all mobile friendly. You have access to it on the mobile, quickly get into information, go to the chatter groups or whatever. Additionally, another thing we are relaunching is the Masters and Specialization program. Just a show of hands, who has heard of the Masters and Specialization program before? Okay, so just a quick reintroduction to it. Partners, when they complete a project, they submit through the partner portal a customer story and say, oh, this was a Service Cloud product, and we implemented bots, and we implemented case management, we implemented live agent. And those are called specializations. So you kind of check off which you did for each of your projects. And there's, I'll say, tiers. So it starts with Certified Navigator, and that's really based on your certifications, in our example around Service Cloud. Then there's Specialists to show, hey, these guys have implemented bots X number of times. And then Masters is from a whole Service Cloud perspective, you've implemented like 50% of the specialist options for a particular cloud. Then you get the Masters designation, which gives you, always show your partner name always shows up at the top of the App Exchange during searches. And then internally on our own system, you guys have a designation flag of a Masters as well. So go to the Partner Navigator landing page in the partner community to learn more about it. Our PM is still coming from the SIC, so we're going to quickly hop over to the demo side of things. And Stephen is going to get us start here. There you are, right there, right?
You got it. So to get started with our demo here, wanted to introduce you to our fixed fictitious company, Sleepforce Mattress, which we'll be demoing from. So Sleepforce is an online mattress company that sells mattresses directly to customers. They are an online-only organization. So they don't have any physical stores. So they really use their website for all matters of selling, as well as support and communication with their customers. With the young target market, as well as doing a lot of advertising on social media, we drive a lot of our contact directly to our website. And really the main form of contact that our customers and potential customers have with the organization is through chat. We use that in order to connect with our customers, talk more about potential purchases that they want to make, but that is our primary point of contact. So we have a number of support reps, both pre-sales and post-sales, that help with customers as they're asking questions. But there's really a few common requests that our agents get. They're wondering what type of mattress should they buy. Since we don't have any physical stores, they're not going into a store and talking with the sales rep. They'd be communicating with them via online. The organization also has a very generous return policy, so we often get questions about that. And then lastly, after someone has made an order, they're often asking, what's the status of my order? So it's great that we're getting this type of information and connecting with our customers, but it causes a problem in that our reps are getting bogged down by those common requests. Instead of helping customers on more beneficial conversations, they're getting bogged down by those common requests. And although we have some canned responses that we could send back to them, it still takes time to interact with those folks. So that's where Einstein Bots come to the rescue. It can actually help us make those common chat requests a much more efficient process and actually navigate through those. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Ashish here, who's going to walk us through a demonstration of Einstein Bots, as well as the setup that goes into bots.
Thanks, Stephen, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. So first of all, we will go through a use case that where we can use bots, how they are interacted with, and then we'll go in the technical setup. So bots can be hosted on any website, and there are multiple ways to have those bots connected. So this is a website of Sleepforce Mattress, and this is a Salesforce community homepage right now, but it can be anywhere. So this is our mission, to give you your best sleep. And this is one interaction point with the bot. So this is the bot, and you can customize everything on this, like the snap-in, which is the bot engine at the bottom. And for that, if you go here, if you have a community, it's pretty simple. You pull down this snap-in chat on your community homepage, and then you can customize everything that's there with that chat. So you can have an avatar image, you can have the waiting background image, you can change the label, so you can say talk to a sleep expert or talk to a machine expert if you have a website that is for a different type of business. So now we will go to interact with the bot. So I'll just close this once so that you can see it from the beginning. Refresh the page. So the customer was on Facebook or was on Twitter or somewhere else. He was brought over to this homepage to interact with the website of the business and talk to a sleep expert. We call our agents sleep experts. So hello and welcome. I am your friendly bot and eager to help you with any of the following. So we are not really trying to impersonate a human being, since the bot is going to be a bot, not going to be a human. So there is no point hiding that there is a human being. We can give bot a really funny and interactive personality so that people do not feel bad about it. So first of all, I'll go and look at the try it home return policy. So you can have a pretty good usage of emojis in your interaction, the way the generation communicates now. And all our mattresses are backed by 365 days return policy. And in all the interaction, I'm going to give a choice to talk to a human being. So we are still doing deflection, but Also keeping the way enabled so that if somebody really wants to talk to a human, does not really have to lose that way. Because think about it, how many times you call airline or some other business and just hang up the phone because there is no way to get to somebody. And there is one more thing over here, that we can have a pre-chat page if you want to collect the information before. So there are different scenarios that you can build into it. So if you want to capture the email address and the basic information before you want interaction to happen, you can do that. In this scenario, we are not doing that. So, well, I do not want to connect to an agent right now. So I will say not right now. And I can write not right now also. It does not have to be, the button has to be clicked. And the same interface will be there on mobile. So once you build it in a community or somewhere, as long as it is from community, it is mobile enabled completely. So now I will go for sizes and prices. But I don't have to, if I know I'm going to buy a queen mattress, I can just directly write it. How much the queen mattress go for? I can write dough also, how much dough for the queen mattress. So live life queen size. All our mattresses come with 1 year return policy. And this price, so if you look at this dialog, the queen mattress retails for $999 plus taxes. And the price can also be pulled from Apex. This is a very powerful thing. So we can use invocable methods and get this price from a custom object, or we can go from the products, we can bring it in from interaction. So the possibilities are endless at this point. Since the whole system can interact with your Apex integration and backend systems, there's just no limit to what you can do here. So I would say, no, let me explore more. And then it will take you back to the main menu. So you can use emojis to build the system so that people feel that even if it's a bot, it has a sense of humor or has a personality for that matter. And then I'll go to order status. So I'll pivot you to Salesforce for a second. And so I have these orders set up in the system. The order ID is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the status is shipped. So I can check that order status from the bot. So I'll go back to the bot, and it is suggesting what way the order is going to be. So I'll write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hit enter. And the bot confirms the order number back to you and says, what is the status? And then what can I help you with next? So at this point, I want to talk to an expert because I want to just have some conversation about something. So I would say talk to an expert. And the chime that you hear, it's happening inside the live agent part. So this is the live agent, and I can accept this chat here. And the agent can see the whole conversation. So whatever the interaction that has taken place with the bot, you will see everything here. So the agent has a context that what the person was talking about. And you can again make really nice messages that I have a rocket here carrying you over to our advisors who love to talk about sleep. So you can get all that from different sources. And so now the chat is started with live agent, live chat agent. You can customize it heavily. It would not even look like it's running from Salesforce. And now I'm saying this is your human sleep advisor, Jason. How can I help you sleep better? So this was the functional demo, and now I'll show you other interaction point. So this is a static page which connects to the live agent. So if I click on this online button, so imagine this a website not being in Salesforce. So I'll click this, and you will get the same interaction from here. So this was point 2 to interact with the bot. And then we have a point 3 also to interact with the bot. So this is the bot builder. So this is the Einstein bot builder, and there are a few things which I would like you to take a notice of. So see this in settings, best delay time. So this actually tells you that how much gap there should be before the bot replies back to somebody. Bot is reading your chat constantly while you are typing. So you don't want to spit it out right at the next second. You want to have a natural lag when the person is reading what the bot said earlier and set the response based on that. And these are intent sets. So intent is how you train your bot. So the bot was able to understand, I can write how much dough you need for a queen mattress, or how much the queen mattress sells for, what is the price for a queen mattress, what does it take to buy a queen mattress, there are just endless combinations. So with Winter 19 release, you can actually upload all of that using data loader or other tools and have it in the system. So based on your previous conversations, how your users have asked you for these questions, you can actually use that data to train your bot. So it becomes really easy from that point. So this is the bot builder. To access this, all you have to do is go to setup and just write bot or Einstein bot to pull this up. And it has 3-4 main parts. So the bot is active. To change it, I'll have to deactivate it, but I'm not going to do that right now. So these are the main parts of a functional bot. And in one Salesforce org, you can have more than one bot. So if you are servicing more than one type of business from one Salesforce org, you can have one bot for service, one for sales, one for marketing. You can configure it however you want. So dialogues were as the name says, dialogues were the interaction point, or the messages which go back and forth between the agent and the bot. So let me give you some samples of this. Let me go to the order status. So dialogues have 4 more parts. One is question. So you ask a question and you get a response for that. So that response can be yes, no. That response can be an order number. That response can be an address. That response can be just any type of data for that matter. So then slots come into the picture. Slot is a variable, a placeholder for the response that you get back from a interaction. And you can have these slots, and then you can use these slots in actions. So action is an invocable method. We'll go there in a second. So this is a method which resides in Apex and can interact with your database, can interact with your other integrations. So you have an input in the action and you have an output. And you can have like a class-based multiple. You can receive multiple values out. You can send multiple values in. So it does not have to be just one question. So for example, we cannot just say status. We can also say when it was placed, or so many other things, pieces of information can be brought out from the database. And then there are different rules. So with rules, you can reset a variable. You can take other action. You can redirect to some other dialogue. You can bring another dialogue in. And then there are static messages, and it just uses merge syntax. If you look at the order number, so you can basically print out a slot value on the screen using this syntax, like curly braces and a factorial sign. So, and then you can group all your dialogues, so mattress, so that it does not clutter your workspace. If you look here, there are just a few, but if you have a bigger bot which works on hundreds of messages, then your workplace can get really cluttered. So you can create groups and put them in groups. So this is my queen mattress. So that way. So this is a mattress group, and then there are different other interaction points. And one dialogue can call another dialogue. So that saves a lot of effort as such. So you do not have to have one end-to-end dialogue. You can have just the context-aware pieces in one dialogue. So for example, if I have to transfer at the end that talk to an agent, I don't have to write that in each and every one of them. So if I go to talk to an expert dialogue, for example, it shows this message carrying you over to our advisor and then transfers to an agent. So you can just piece it into another interaction. So there is not a lot of duplicate work that has to be done. Other than dialogues, we have entities. So entities are grouping of different slots. So if you have like a slots, let's say you are working on sales and service, at one side you have order number, at one side you have opportunity IDs, that sort of thing. So you can make logical groupings of them. And then other than entity slots, we already talked about, but these are variables, and some of them have regular expressions. So like our order number was O-1234567 So you can process it. So even before it hits your Apex, you can actually clear that out, that hey, the order number is not matching. So that makes it easy, makes it really fast. And then we come to the performance. So you can see the conversation log, and there are dashboards. This is not GA right now. And the conversation logs will show you the conversation that bot has had with our people. So there is pre-chat data which can be pulled in, so you know exactly where the person is interacting from. So there is a lot of functionality built into here. And as I was going to show you the third interaction point, we already saw the bot placed in a website. We also saw how it interacts using the live agent. And this is the third point from where you can interact while developing your bot. So when you are building your bot, or you want to test something real quick, you can just come inside the bot builder and do it from here. So it's a pretty very nicely done product where you don't have to go deploy it, refresh it, and then come back and see how it worked. Oh, the variable did not get refreshed. Let's do the whole cycle all over again. So it's pretty good from that point of view that you have a piece of sort of testing it built inside the tool itself. So now we will go over the code that took to build it out. So this is the class that gets your order status out from the Salesforce custom order object, and this is all it is. So there is this class order input, which is it has an invocable variable, this is how the system knows that it, like the bot builder will know that there is an invocable action, and they have to show this variable over there. Same thing with the output. And this is like writing any other Apex, bulkified Apex code. So it's pretty simple code. It goes and runs a select query, sockle, gets the order number, gets you all the orders, and if you have more than one order, it shows it and pushes it back to the bot. And then there are two other pieces of code. This is the snap-in. So this is what was deployed on the community, or you can deploy it somewhere else too. The best thing is, so let's say you have an outside website which is being hosted by somebody else, maintained by somebody else. So this is the code that you have to give to them, and you can still change your bot. So the bot is being changed from Salesforce, but you do not have to really go back to the website person and tell him or her that, hey, I had some changes in the bot, redeploy it. This code is a living piece of code which stays as is, and you can make all the changes inside your bot in Salesforce. And this is the simple HTML code which went into create the live agent deployment for the bot. So simple general HTML code, not really rocket science here. So this was the bot and how we interact with the bot. Now I will let Cheech take over from here.
Yeah, were there any questions on the? Yeah. I saw when he showed up code and other things. You guys are taking pictures. Are there any questions on the setup and configuration that Ashish did for this example? We'll package this stuff up and share it out too as a part of the session here.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Ashish.
Yeah.
All right, Ashish alluded to some of the great new features coming in Winter 19. So let me go through some of the highlights of Einstein Bots and get into those with you guys. Let's see. All right, we'll start with some of the basics that we want to focus on with bots. So the main things were, as we saw in the example, I love the example because it plays through the basic use cases for what somebody needs. But wants to be able to fully automate, to assist the individual, and to optimize the service that's delivered by the agents. So to minimize their reset password, check order status, the low-hanging fruit, the basics. That's what these bots are able to do and are able to help move forward those. So today we've got the Einstein Bots and things that are moving forward. There's going to be case classification, recommended articles, next best actions, and Einstein Discovery, which is GA already. But the goal is to help the customer, the agent, and the manager. And just an aside, as far as helping and assisting, I don't know if any of you have the Events app for Dreamforce on your phone? Well, if you notice on the top right-hand side, there's Einstein Bots, and you can interact, and it's using the same capability of Einstein Bots. It's been built out to say, hey, I tested it out like Monday. I'm like, hey, when's Mark's keynote? It came back and I said, oh, it's on Tuesday at 3 p.m. in Moscone West. So you can leverage and play with, as a customer or a consumer, Einstein Bots using the Events app that you have on your phone today. So, how can they assist your business? We talked about deflecting cases. So one of the goals in running a contact center is to only focus on those main interactions that you need to, and minimize password resets, the basics things that can be deflected easily with either a bot or historically like an article could show up and kind of give you instructions on how to solve a problem. But it can also decrease customer wait time, because as in the example, when it passed over to the agent had the context of what order status they were looking for, what type of mattress they wanted, and it can give more context into the agent on their first interaction, as opposed to having, hey, what's your name? Hey, what's your account number? What order are you looking for? A bot can collect all that information initially and then pass it over into the agent to make it more easy for the agent to resolve. So, the bots sit on the sit on the Salesforce platform, which is great. One of the things that I always take advantage of, I forget that, we have this awesome platform that everything sits on and has access to. So including Einstein Bots, it has access to the entry points, whether it's chat, mobile, web, SMS, Facebook Messenger, or whatever. It utilizes the declarative builder, as demonstrated through Ashish's demo on the back end of what's set up. It uses NLP, feedback loop. It's integrated into the platform, with Live Agent and in the Service Cloud console and snap-ins. It's just readily and easily available, leveraging all the things that are great about Salesforce as a platform, as a product, including packageable. So you could create pre-trained bots that you package and then provide out to, say, from a SI perspective, you've got project after project. Well, you could create your own little starter kit of, all right, here's the main features, functionality that we need to create for a contact center. Let's just package this up. Or you could do a industry-based or whatever. So as an example, Ashish could just package up the entire demo he gave today and then provide that as a package to easily install into your org to use. We already went through the demo. Let's talk about some of the highlights of 19. So there are new languages that are going to be supported. So English was out first. Einstein Bots was available GA in summer, but now we've added Spanish, German, French, Italian, and Portuguese. So the goal is to continue to make the Einstein Bots understand the different languages that need to come in, because there are customers want to be able to service in the language that they're most familiar with, most comfortable with. So we're continuing to build those out. It's in pilot as of winter 19. And winter 19, just as a reference point, comes available, I think, the second weekend of October. So shortly after Dreamforce, winter 19 comes out. Sandboxes are available today. Hopefully you guys have got some and played with it and understand some of the new fun features that are coming in winter 19 about bots and all the other capabilities. So in winter 19, there's also a pilot on SMS, which is great because we first came out with Live Agent only being the main thing that was bolted into, and now we're extending to our Live Message product. So we're trying to bundle all of our chat capabilities and be able to service those types of interactions with the end customer via bots, so they can take those first interactions, collect information, solve, and pass on to agents as necessary. And then the NLU models has been improved on steroids, I guess. So the natural language understanding, so it understands more easily what is being, the intent of what's being put in there and the questions that are asked. So it's just kind of smarter and understands a little bit more granular coverage for different types of questions and so forth that are asked in. It's just making the bot more intelligent and easier interaction with the end customer. And then action types, we're working on the action types, so there's headless flows. So you don't have to use Apex. You can use a flow actually to have a bot do certain things and then pass it into a flow, and so then you can get output from that flow and put it back into the bot. A lot of the information is captured in the flow. So we're really leveraging flows to be able to help with some of the process and logic points throughout the interaction on, I'll say, the back end or the bot intelligence. In addition, we have the ability to send email via the flow. And as Ashish mentioned, intents used to have to manually enter one to many intents. And now we have the ability to leverage Data Loader to import your intents through a CSV file. So you can just bulk upload all of that into your org to make the bot intelligent instantly, as opposed to getting calluses on your fingers by manually inputting over and over and over. So, one of the things I love about what we do at Salesforce is we get stuff we get really good product out the door. Like in summer, we released it, but then we continue to make things, capabilities available for partners to make it easier and easier to use over and over again. So, extending the languages, data loader support, those types of things really continue, and knowledge access is another great way to make the bots more available. They're able to feed in a knowledge article, so if you have a question, you can, about, what's the standard process to request a new password. You can have an article link put in there so they can see that link, click into the article, and take action on what that article is. And then roadmap. So I talked a little bit, what the key focus areas are across the Salesforce platform. So things that we're looking forward to in the future as we look to, typically that's focused on themes across the next 2 to 3 releases. So an admin feedback loop. This one's actually really, really cool because it allows the bot to understand what's coming in, and then the admin gets access to say, hey, here's what the bot said. Customer said this, bot said this. Is this correct or is it incorrect? Is this the right answer the bot should give or not? Do you need to reassign or retrain it? And gives the admin ability to help, I'll say, continue to train the bot to make it more intelligent. That's coming in spring 19. Another great thing is continue to push out more, I'll say, back-end information about what's available or what's going on with the bot. It's not just a black box. You can see how the intents are doing across the different groupings. In this example, we've got order status, update order, and so forth. And you can see how the bot is performing time and time again. And you get a quick dashboard, and you can click into those and get more information about how those dashboards are working to make sure that you have the bots trained and understanding and tuned properly for the expected outcome that you want the bots to have.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So how sensitive is to typos and spelling mistakes? So do we need to train it like ourselves, or it has some AI which will also be handled?
For like, say, misspelling or something?
Yeah.
If you misspell Einstein or something, right? Yeah, no, so it understands you don't have to create, there are synonyms available, right, Clement? There are synonyms available, so if you're a car dealership, you can do automobile and car and set those basic synonyms. But so you have synonyms, but for misspellings, it typically works. Clement, do you want to?
It is the same. Basically, we train the bot on a large corpus of data. So if there is some misspellings, some differences and some variations, we submit some issues and some misspelling that we can get.
Now that's something that's done at Salesforce level, not at the deployment level, right? Okay, yeah. So there are basic misspellings that are kind of captured, and the bot has that out of the box. All right, so that was the highlights of what's coming. Any questions on those types of features, capabilities, and so forth? So just a show of hands, one of the things that I do for part of running the Service Cloud Partner Enablement is I run weekly office hours for both Service Cloud and Field Service Lightning. Show of hands, who here has attended the Service Cloud office hours? Okay, good. So I'm speaking to the right audience, those who haven't attended. So we have the Service Cloud office hours, and those happen every Tuesday at, I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you go to actually the new learning path for Service Cloud, it has that link in there to register for those office hours. And one of the things that we cover are things like, it's basically an awesome time for you guys to be able to ask our product experts questions about specific issues or questions you guys have while you're setting up, in our example, Einstein Bots, right? Or anything Service Cloud. It's a great Q&A sounding board for you. Not only do you benefit from getting your answers questions, other partners who join get a benefit from having from hearing what the solution was, say the question that you just asked. Like, other people get the benefit of knowing what that answer is. And for us, one of our benefits is we're able to assemble as a team and be like, hey, all right, let's all dedicate this hour to answer, we get multiple questions throughout the week. We funnel most of the questions into those office hours. Be like, hey, good question, please ask it at the office hours on Tuesday. So we're able to kind of take a dedicated time for us to go through those types of questions. So I highly recommend joining those office hours, which are on Tuesday. From an Einstein Bot perspective, there are 2 trails out there, or 2 modules out there, Einstein Bot Basics and Build a Bot. which are really good assets. And there's other great assets available to you on the Service Cloud Learning Path. So again, Service Cloud Learning Path is on the left-hand side. That's what it looks like. It has a lot of information about Service Cloud, but also bots. On the right-hand side here, I've included some of the links for some of the bot-specific things like Einstein Bot Cookbook. We have one for beginners and one for intermediate developers. So if you or any of your consultants are working on Einstein Bot either demo or in the field, highly recommend going to the Einstein Bots Cookbook for beginners to get started. Do those two trails first, and then go into the Einstein Bots Cookbook for beginners, and then go into the developers. Those have code snippets, examples you can use to go from 0 to ready to deliver for a partner or for a customer pretty easily. And with that, so one of the things we're really launching from our team, our partner development team, is this the partner learning path. So if you have a chance to, I'm going to go back one. If you have a chance to check out the p.force.com/Service Cloud Path or Learning Path, check it out. We have a session tomorrow looking for feedback, and it's here in the Partner Lodge, actually the floor down below at the restaurant here, and they're looking for to learning needs or feedback, anything that you have. We want your input as partners to understand where our updated learning paths are meeting your needs and where they're not meeting your needs. So if you have a chance to look through those and attend this tomorrow at 1, that would be awesome for you to join. It's a partner learning feedback session where we just want you to have a chance to get your feedback on what you think about the updated partner community, but we're calling it Learning Path. So I don't know about who here has been to the partner community before. Raise of hands. Okay, that's good. All right, I find it to be really difficult to navigate through and work through and all this. One of my biggest complaints was the lack of mobile experience. This partner learning path, or the learning path, is solving a lot of the, I'll say, complaints I had. So hopefully if you found the experience a little cumbersome or a little bit dated, seemed to be about 10 years dated from Salesforce product. So the new learning path uses all of our latest technology. It's going to be great. So I want you to check that out and provide your feedback. Even if you don't attend this, feel free to reach out to me, cheech.moore@salesforce.com, and give me some of your feedback on things that if you look through it and like, oh, I wonder where this is. So please check those out. And then thank you. Again, thank you all for coming. I appreciate your time. So we've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds for any questions you guys might have on anything we talked about, product capabilities, the demo, assets that are available to you. Oh, you missed the best part. No, all of the sessions are being recorded and then shared out, and I think it's typically like a week or two till that happens. But if you missed that demo, let me go back to here. On p.force.com Service Cloud Path, on Thursday, Clement, our lovely PM for Einstein Bots, did a full demo of what's going live in winter 19, covered some of those features I just talked about, gave a great demo, and all that is available on p.force.com/Service Cloud Path. So you can get access to that demo that's already available. The demo here will be available. It's typically like a week or two is what they do to clean it up and push them all out there. So, yes.
I just want to say thank you. I recognize your voice. I'm just tagging along with Joanna. But so when your partner office hours were on Friday, I used to always call in, and I'd always ask technical questions, and you'd always answer them.
Well, very good. Good. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I mean, it's a win-win. It's one of the best things that we have, like our way to engage with partners. Because I mean, frankly, if we answered every email we got a question on about a product, that's all we would do for 40 hours, 60 hours a week. So we funneled them into office hours, and we've got Service Cloud, which actually has been focusing on the guy who helps me run those. Hao Dong is the person who wrote the bots for beginners and intermediate. So he's uniquely qualified to answer those types of questions if you have on bots. But we also do the same thing for Field Service Lightning. But that's on Wednesdays. So those have been really good for us, and I think they're great for our partners. And we typically record those and post them into historically partner community, but now into the learning paths. They'll be available for you guys.
Are you guys also working on the voice recognition part of this thing?
I'm sorry, the what?
Yeah, on the voice recognition part.
The voice recognition part? Like which part? The Einstein voice?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think that's a different product group is doing the Einstein voice. But actually, if you were to use, I'm not really sure the technology behind how it works, but so I mentioned the Events app has an Einstein bot in there. It has a little voice thing, so I can just speak into it.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's the same as Einstein voice or not. What's that?
Can you eventually talk to the bot as well?
Yes, yeah, so it does talk to the bot. So I go into my phone on the Events app, I'm like, hey, when's Mark's keynote? And then it popped that up, it put it into the app, into the chat dialogue, and then the bot responded with an answer. But I'm not sure if that's actually the technology is Einstein voice using that or not. But I would assume that those Einstein products are kind of a thread that go through the various clouds. So I think at some point those will be tied together. Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.